Jose, I guess first of all, your reaction to the Europa League draw?
It's a bad draw in every aspect. It's far and it's difficult. It's far and comes in a bad period for us. It's difficult because they're a very difficult team. They had a very good Champions League campaign. They beat Ajax and Anderlecht in the playoffs, and then in the group phase, they had obviously a very difficult group with Bayern and Atletico, and they managed important results against them. They beat Bayern, they drew Atletico, they got the third position, leaving PSV out. I know the manager well. I played against him when he was in Rubin Kazan and I was in Inter. And the team is really difficult, very defensive, very physical. So, a bad draw, but after Southampton and after Bournemouth, we focus on it and we go for it.
What's the team news for this game? Will Henrik and Michael be available? Phil Jones?
Michael available. Clever, experienced. He left the pitch in the right moment. So Michael available. Mkhitaryan out. And Jones, let's see and decide tomorrow.
If you win this game, you'll be the first Manchester United manager to win a trophy in their first season. Does these things mean anything to you, or is it just another trophy of which you've won many?
You know, first of all, you are right. If is a big thing in football. But I think is more important the club than myself, and I have so many good things in my career that I wouldn't be influenced by a little detail. The important thing is the club, and obviously the club won a trophy last season. Let's try to win another one this season, plus the quality and the dimension of our football, which is very important, and I realize that by the fans' reaction that is very important. Their happiness is very important. Their connection, their empathy with the way the team plays. So would be good for the group, would be good for the club, would be also good for me, obviously. But you know, beginning of my career, I was looking more to myself and to my personal achievements, if you can say that. I'm in a period where I'm more and more a club man.
Could you just tell me whether Wayne Rooney is going to be in the squad?
Yeah.
And are you concerned at everything that's gone on this week?
No, I think he did in the right moment, in the best moment. He did his declaration, his statement. I told you, I think, in the last press conference that the questions you were asking me were questions for him. Only him could answer the questions, and he did it, I think, exactly in the right moment, because I think your question is the last question about Wayne Rooney, and I think is the last, or should be the last, until the end of the season. He says no way he moves, he stays, he wants to help the team to fight for the trophies. I told already that I would be happy if that is the decision. So yes, he's fine, he's training with the team. He was not selected to Saint-Etienne because he was not ready to play, but he was ready to have one more important training session. And no doubts he's involved in the game.
Jose, we've seen your Instagram post today, of course, about Claudio Ranieri, but can you put into words your reaction to his sacking?
You know, my words is my shirt. with his name. Is my little homage to somebody that wrote the most beautiful history of the Premier League. Somebody that probably would deserve the Leicester Stadium to be named Claudio Ranieri and dissect. So I think Leicester made history 2 years in a row. 1 year because they did the most beautiful thing in the Premier League and one of the most beautiful histories in football history. And now they are also in the highlights with the decision that I think has everyone in football united, because it's something very, very difficult to accept, but at the same time is good for all of us to realize how football is at the time, and we need to adapt. We need to adapt to it. I thought last season when I was sacked as a champion, I thought was a giant negative thing. Now I realize that was peanuts compared with what happened to Claudio. So my Instagram was a little homage. My shirt is another one. And I don't think he needs more homages, because nobody can delete what he did. And if some of the stories that I'm reading are true or have just a little bit of true, it's difficult to find words to justify that, but it's also something that we managers we have to be ready to cope with.
You mean it's always about the players, Joseph?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, last
So
question.
apart from the players, then Jose, if they have maybe too much power, you believe, in situations like this, and what about the owners then? I mean, how is this situation put right?
I don't want to speak because I'm not inside. I have no right to try to find scenarios. You know, I think it's Claudio's fault. You know, because if last season, instead of be champion, he finished 12th, would be amazing. And this season he would be still in the job, because Leicester City is to play for not to be relegated. So it's his fault. He's paying for his success. He's paying for his success. And probably the season started with the typical selfishness of others. People thinking about new contracts, people thinking about leaving, people thinking about more money, people forgetting who helped them to reach a certain level. But this is not just football. I think it's also a bit of our world, maybe your world too. You know, some principles are going away a little bit. So I'm really sorry about it. But I lived a similar experience. I repeat, peanuts compared with the dimension of Claudio's. But there is something that nobody can do it, is delete the history. So no problem, Claudio.
Okay.
Nobody can delete.